just curious, what is the biggest difference just with a short week offensively, just in terms of the game plan you can put together, the plays, the play sheet? You guys obviously dealt with it last week. They're dealing with it this week. How big is the difference?
With the 1 day less, it's not that big, I guess. The Thursday games are a different story, but 1 day less, yeah, it's harder. It's a bit harder. You get a little bit behind. You got to spend a little bit more time here, but it's not as big of a deal as I would say a real short week.
Joe's obviously out, and he's had
Who?
Joe Burrow. I mean, it's,
Yep.
has been out, and he's obviously had injury issues. In his career, you've for the most part really maintained your health and been durable, especially during your time with the Lions. I mean, what goes into that, and how much do you kind of do all the prehab and all that stuff just to kind of maintain?
Yeah, I try to do my best to take care of myself in the off season and do all that stuff, and a lot of it's out of your control to some extent. And I've been lucky to have really good protection around and keeping me upright and all that stuff. And can't speak to Joe's situation. I think he's a hell of a player, but hope he's back soon.
Can you speak to how good Taylor's been playing the last? I mean, he's been dealing with that shoulder injury. I've been trying to get him to Sunday, and then perform the way he's been, especially against last week. He's got another good matchup this week. Can you just speak?
Yeah,
to
he's been so dang good, man. He really has, and him battling through what he's been dealing with has been awesome to watch him go through, and not awesome to see him go through it, but awesome to see him fight through it, I guess. And he's been doing great. He's been playing well, and yeah, he's been doing good.
As your weapons have grown and played longer in this league, how have they had more input on game plan, subtle adjustments, stuff like that you've seen? Just Gibbs, wide receivers, all those guys.
Yeah, I think Johnny gives a lot of us a lot of input on like how we want to do things and how we see things, and certainly he's coming up with all the plays, since Sunday till this morning. But then we get out there on the grass and something feels a little bit different. Maybe we should do this split. Maybe we should take this amount of steps. Sure, he listens to all of it, and all these guys have a little bit of input here and there and how they want to do things, and it's nice to have coaches who listen.
Jared, you've been clean for a while now. Can you talk about the complementary football being played between you and your offensive line?
Yeah, they've been awesome. They really have done a good job, and in particular this past week with that front, it's really hard. And yeah, I've done my best to get the ball out and try to stay upright, and I think that helps them and they help me, and it's a good thing going right now.
Jared, how much do you feel like your own pocket mobility and pocket presence has grown, has evolved in your time here? It seems like you deserve as much credit for this sackless streak as maybe the offensive line.
It's something I work on. Yeah, I don't know if it's better now than it was in the past, but it's something I work on and try to be aware of. And I think it's just like anything else, something you try to get better at in the off season and through training camp when you get some real live bullets out there. And this year, it's done a pretty good job of it. But it starts when you. I could answer this question really long, but when you don't have a lot of pressure, it's easy to feel when there is one pressure, as opposed to when there's always pressure. It's hard to feel when it's actually and when it isn't, and that's when you see a lot of guys scrambling when they don't need to. I think when our O-line is as good as they've been, when one guy does get edged, it's easy to feel that and for me to move, and that makes it a whole lot easier for the quarterback.
It's not your side of the ball, but obviously you can maybe speak to the impact Alim can have, maybe better than most. Just seeing him back out on the practice field, and just what that means, and what kind of boost can that be when you get a guy like that back?
Yeah, he's a hell of a player and a hell of a teammate and leader, and can do a whole bunch of different stuff on our D-line. I know he can line up kind of anywhere. He stops the run, stops the pass. I know he gives our O-line fits whenever he's out there. So, yeah, I'd be happy to have him out there this week and see what he can do.
This is very broad, but this will be your 70th game as a Lion, which is one more than you played in LA. Can you just speak to the journey and maybe just reflect on how you've grown?
Yeah, that was cool. I heard that when I did my radio thing earlier this week. I was like, oh, wow, that's cool. I know that was coming up. But, yeah, I think it's I've certainly become a Lion now in my career. When I look back on it, it's going to be majority Lions, and hopefully a lot more majority as we go on. But yeah, it's been a fun journey here. It's been fun to grow into and to be a part of this city, and to now, I guess, flip the scale in that way is cool.
How much do you feel like you still have left in your career?
That's a big question right now. I'm at week 5. Hopefully a long time. I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to answer, but yeah, I think a long time.
Jared, we talk about trap game.
The JMO deep ball where he kind of got twisted around as an example. Sometimes you and the receiver see the same play in a different way just because of the field of vision you guys have. There's not necessarily a wrong answer there. How do you iron out the communication between you two in those situations going forward?
Yeah, I don't think that was poor communication. I think I missed it a little bit outside. And I think if he was able to come up with that, it would have been him kind of saving my ass to some extent, making that play. And it's one I know he would love to make, and I love him to make it, and he can make that catch. It's a hard catch, so it's a really hard catch. But yeah, I think it's more so me putting the ball where I want to, a little bit more inside on him, making that catch a little bit easier, and I'm sure he'd come up with it.
Jared, curious if you've seen the impact of Scotty moving from running backs to receivers. Just how have you seen his knowledge in that room? You know, for fans, it's easy to see the blocking and on the run just making more of an impact on those routes, but what have you seen?
Yeah, I think he's got a great command in that room and control, and they've got such a great respect for him. And he was a running backs coach for us, but he's really just a football coach. He can kind of coach every position, it seems like. And those guys love him. He coaches them hard. He holds them accountable, and it's fun to see.
Jared, it would be great to never look down on a team.
Yeah, I don't even. Yeah, I think these guys are not even close to it being a bad team to be a trap team. I think they're a really dang good team. Certainly on defense, they present some challenges for us on offense that we have to handle. I haven't watched their offensive tape, but I'm sure there's some things out there. I know they've got 2 hell of a receivers that they can throw the ball to. So, well, no, by no means. And I think, to answer your question further, we've been doubted before that maybe they're feeling. So I know exactly where they may be feeling, and there's no way we can take them lightly in any way.
How much of it? Go ahead.
Scotty said that he thinks Monroe's even somehow better this season. I'm just curious from your perspective, what makes him so good?
What makes him so good? Oh man, how long you got? Gosh, I feel like I talk about him every week, but he's smart, he's tough, he's physical, he can catch, he's a leader. He blocks, he can run routes really well. He does everything well. He's strong, he's physical at the catch point. He's I say smart. I mean, he kind of does a little bit of everything really well, and he's a quarterback's dream to throw to, and works tremendously hard. Sets the tempo for us on offense at practice, and does everything right. He's everything you want in a receiver and a teammate and a leader, and I love playing with him.
How much of concern is their secondary, guys like Dax Hill and Jordan Battle back there?
Yeah, they got good players. They got young good players all over the place, and can give us issues in a ton of different places. I think they benefit when Hendrickson is going and getting home, and so we got to handle him. And if we do that, it's easier to throw the ball certainly down the field. But we'll see. If he's going, we may have to get the ball out. And those guys can make plays in certain situations, and got to be careful.
That was a similar question posed to you in the same spot a week ago with a Cleveland team that you guys had respect for. It'll probably be asked again. The motivation in that room. When you look around, is that something that doesn't even need to be said?
For sure. Again, we have a lot of highly driven guys on our team and very, very competitive. So it's and in the NFL, week in, week out, you got to compete. And another guy from you is trying to make his paycheck, and it's just the DNA of our team.
Aidan, I know it's an intangible, but is momentum starting to get real for this team right now since you're 1-3 in a row?
Absolutely. Momentum is we're on fire right now. We're gonna keep this train rolling.
You battle against him. How have you seen Panay Sewell grow throughout the first month of the season?
It's been great. Been awesome. He's been doing what Panay does, and I would expect nothing less.
Kind of got a new running mate this last week with Tyler Lacer being opposite you for most of the game. Just kind of curious what you've seen in his game in the short time that he's been here.
Yeah, in his limited amount of reps, I thought he played really well, and it's just good to have more guys on the train in the D-line room and guys that can cause pressure and get after the quarterback and get hits and play double teams well and all that.
One of those guys is, I'm sorry.
That's okay. What about his physical, what's his skill set? What does he specifically bring to the defensive line?
He plays double teams really well in our base package, and I saw him get after the quarterback a little bit on Sunday. So I think we're going to see more for sure.
What are your feelings having Alim back?
It's great. First practice back for Alim today, so it was. It's great seeing 5'4" back in the mix.
How does he instantly maybe energize everybody on that line?
Yeah, Alim is such an impact player, and he's so dynamic, and so getting him back is going to be it's going to be amazing, and I can't wait to be back out there with him.
Hey Hutch, how many people have you heard from about your 30 seconds on the turf last Sunday? Like friends, family. What was the reaction that you've received from everyone watching that near injury, but not really an injury?
Yeah. No, I was
it's been hilarious. We watched the TV copy. We saw there was some facial expressions of some people in the crowd, and I felt terrible because in the moment I'm trying to get up in the moment, because I'm like I'm not gonna have this label on me. I'm not gonna be going down. It's not my thing, and unfortunately I couldn't get up. But yeah, it's great. I feel like the fans they all support me, and they know how much I put into this comeback season, and they're wishing me well, and all the fans, I'm great, feel healthy, and we're going to be 100% going into Cincinnati.
I think the House of Hutch Instagram account was looking for that fan. Have you gotten into contact with him?
I think we found it because one of the masseuses that I work with, his coworker's best friend, you know how it is. It's you find the connection somewhere, and we found it. So definitely going to be giving him some gear.
Before games, you're among the league's leader in sacks. Betting odds got you up there for Defensive Player of the Year odds. Just what does it feel to you personally just to kind of get back to this moment where you are recognized once again as one of the league's best at your position?
It's great. It's great. I feel like we've been getting it going, and it's been productive. It's been fun going out there as a D-line, and really, it's not just me. It's a lot of players on our defense who are making plays in big moments that are helping us win games. So I think as long as we keep playing well as a defense and keep rushing the passer as a defensive line, we're going to stay on this trajectory.
What are those post-game moments like when you see now a couple weeks in a row, Mason Graham, David Ajabo? I mean, it is somebody from Michigan, one of your teammates, after every game playing a key role for another team. What are those? I know they're brief, but what are those moments like?
They're so cool. It's so cool to know that the college you went to and a lot of the teammates that you had are in the NFL, and just what Michigan's able to produce. It's amazing. I'm watching them every week, so I got my fingers crossed on this season.
I feel great. Out there. I've been waiting for that day for a little bit. So yeah, I felt good to be back out there though.
A bit of a touch with a little return of the mat playing.
That was good. That was really good. I didn't expect that to happen, but that was good. That was a good little touch. I like that. They got me going. So.
What kind of buzz?
You've been ready for a while. I guess how these last couple months been? How long have you felt like you've been ready to get back on the field? And then what was the waiting like?
I feel like mentally, I feel like I've been ready for a little bit. It was just a matter of time or whatever. Just letting it. It's just like baking a cake. You just gotta. It's different steps and different layers. You just gotta let it cook a little bit. But mentally, I feel like I've been ready. I've just been itching to get out there. But now that the moment is here, it's time to capitalize on it. So.
What about physically? How good does practice feel?
It feels great because of the work we put in here with Schuler and Fish and everybody, and the work I was getting before I came back for that OTA period with Derek Samuel and everything. The way we work out is, I'd say, it's about 2 to 3 times harder than practice. So when I came in, it just felt normal. So today, I didn't get that many reps, but I got a good amount of reps and got to feel how everything felt, and it felt great. And I wasn't gassed or nothing like that, so everything felt good. So we've been putting in work, though, so I expect to feel that way.
Do you have a realistic timeline, a target that you hope to get back for?
Nah, I'm just taking it day by day, practice by practice right now, and just putting good film, putting good tape out there, let them know that I'm good to go. So, no, I don't have a target date myself, but I can't wait till it is.
From what you see not this week?
I wouldn't say this week, but I have no idea, to be honest with you. But I'm just practice by practice right now. So.
How did you become so in tune with your body? Dan was saying you wanted to get to a certain percentage, like a 90 or something. How did you take us through that conversation with Dan? How did you become so in tune with your body?
Well, when I said that, I was kind of throwing numbers out there. I did feel like that, though, and I feel like that now. But I was just kind of throwing numbers out there then. But that's just being in tune with my body is just something I've been trying to hone in and kind of pay attention to more as the years have gone on with me being a pro. That's what you have to do. If you want to be good, you got to be available. So I had to tune in to what was going on everywhere: shoulders, chest, knees, hamstrings, everything. So that was just me trying to be more professional than I was. So
from what you've watched from afar, what do you think of Tyleik Williams and what he brings to the defense?
I think Tyleik is great. He's been a great addition. And, he's just a rookie. He's just, 4 games in, 4 games deep. He's got a lot to learn, and he's done a lot out there and has proved a lot out there. So I'm just waiting to see how he turns out to be when he, becomes that mature pro defensive tackle that we know he can be. So Tyleik has been doing a great job, in my opinion. He's been playing physical. He's been playing fast. So I'm excited to see what it turns out to be.
How about back with a new defensive line coach, Casey Rogers, just how you've been able to get on the same page with him and just learn his coaching style?
It hasn't been hard at all. Coach Case is a teacher. He's a teacher through and through. So it really is not hard to get on the wave that he's running. And learning and getting info from him has been the greatest thing. So it's been great this year. The meetings have been very entertaining. It's been fun. Everybody, the camaraderie is good. And we're learning ball in there. We're learning more than just, what our stunt steps and stuff like that is. We're learning why we're doing this, what's going on behind us. And that stuff, you don't have to take it all in, whatever. But it's just little nuggets in here and there. Maybe you'll see where BB's playing, like this will help you there. You can play this way because he's coming here and stuff like that. So it's been good, though.
Alim, I feel like the last time we all talked to you, I guess the first time we talked to you after the injury, you had this same kind of smile and attitude.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was there throughout some of the darker days, but with how well you were playing before the injury, what was this last ride like for you? Were there dark days?
Nah, if I'm being honest with you, I feel like that's just who I am, though. And people have those moments, though. I'm not trying to downplay that at all. It's just me personally. I can't have dark days. It's just because that doesn't do anything for me. So it's like I have to go this way. I have to go forward. And my only goal was to get back on the field. So I'm like, dark day for what? I play for the Lions. I'm training. I don't have to pay for this training. You feel me? That was just me personally. I didn't have any dark days. Every day I woke up, I'm like, let's get better today. I'm on the road back I knew I was coming back to the field. That's why I feel like I probably didn't have any dark days. But it was a process, though. I'm not going to say that. It was definitely work that had to be put in, but that's what I love to do. So that's why I feel like I didn't have any days where I was down there. I love working out. I love getting better and training hard till you can't walk no more. So that's me. So it's just like, it was just another thing, another bump in the road. It was my first real kind of injury, so it was a process and an experience for me, because I had never, had surgery and stuff like that before. So it was all a pretty cool experience, but I'd rather not have that experience, But it was a cool experience, but I just stayed positive every day. I just told myself we're gonna get better. So I don't know. I didn't per se really have any dark days. So.
I know last year you kind of envisioned destruction between you and DJ. When you think about playing with DJ and Tyleek now, like what does that look like?
Double destruction. Double destruction. Now I see the same thing though. I see the same thing, and we added another elite piece to the D line, so I think it'll be even better. So that's my goal.
How's your right knee compared to your left knee in terms of strength, flexibility?
I would say the same. Obviously I got to get a little more. I would like more strength in it. But as far as where it's at, it's super strong. But me, I'm always trying to get better, and so I feel like I always want to get more strength in it. My left one too, so I could just be that much better of a player. But yeah, I'm all good. It's all there. So.
I heard it was better.
Strength,
yeah.
Speaking of body strength, things like that, a lot of people spend the off season trying to transform their body in one way or another. Obviously, you were focused on the rehab, but was there any other thing that you were focused on with your body composition?
Yeah, absolutely. I was still trying to transform my body into another. I'm trying to go to another dimension. I'm trying to get that much better. So upper body and core, my core for sure, I definitely worked on a ton. My core, upper body got stronger. I did little things with this leg. When I couldn't do anything with this leg, I was getting ankle stronger and foot stronger. A lot of different things. So I was still trying to take that to that next level even when I was down and out. So yeah, that was my whole goal, was just come back even better. I can't come back the same. I defeat the point of working out. I can't come back the same. So,
yeah. You put out the album. Anything else that you did to pass the time while you were kind of going through all that?
No, dinner. I was eating. Other than that, I was eating because I was in San Diego for a little bit doing my rehab. Not a little bit. I was out there for 5 months doing rehab. So it was chill. I was just chilling, to be honest. I didn't really do the craziest things, but I was eating good. Made a little bit of music. I kind of stopped doing that though, because I was just so focused on this that when I got home from working out with Derek or whatever, or working out here even, I was just doing stuff for this still. So I was recovering and doing all different types of stuff. But I did music, but I was chilling. Dinner.
No love
kept
for
it
Reba?
cool. Nah, I stopped watching Reba. I ain't gonna lie. We did start watching Reba though. I think we finished it low key, but I started watching Reba though. Yeah. I didn't really watch too many shows. I would just throw something on YouTube or something, or play the game or something like that. But now I was chilling.
in that sense, I mean, can you, even more understand like why somebody?
I mean, I've had seasons kind of like this before, and then like I just on a personal level, I was really close with Frank, so like he would level with me. I called him last week. I was talking to him for probably about a half hour because he's been through it and he gets it. So. But that's just part of the business. Like sometimes you get to a point where things are beat up and not feeling good, and I'm fortunate that this organization's like receptive to like what I need to feel good on game day. Dan's been awesome about it. It's not an ideal situation, but I'm able to get what I need throughout the week to be able to go out there and play. And I feel pretty confident that I can go out there and perform, you know.
And with that, just how well you've played as well. How happy with you with all the stuff we were just talking about you have to do to get yourself to Sunday, but then still play Taylor at a really high level too.
I do think I'm playing well, but the frustrating thing for me is I think I could play better if I felt better. So that's the thing. Yeah, I think, you know, the performances have been pretty good, but for me the frustrating thing is you know, I have my own personal standards. And then when you're not at 100%, it's hard to meet those, which is frustrating. So, but that's why you still go out there and you do your best that you can for the team, because I feel like if I'm out there, I can give them a chance to win.
Speaking of durability, I mean, you know, Jared has obviously, you know, played every game the last three seasons, or going back to 2022, excuse me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when you look at, you know, on the opposite side, I mean, you know, Joe's obviously had injury issues and been out. I mean, how much do you guys really kind of appreciate just the fact that, you know, he's there week in and week out, and what he does to kind of maintain his ability to go?
Well, yeah, people don't talk enough about Jared being tough. I mean, I was thinking about this the other day, and like, he's got like John Wick to him, where he's like super nice, but oh, you shot my dog, and then he goes out there and he's like the ultimate competitor. But if you didn't shoot his dog, you wouldn't know how tough he is, and you can't say enough good things about him. I mean, we got a superstar quarterback who can do everything, make every throw, knows the whole playbook, knows the defenses, prepares incredibly, and he's not afraid to take a hit. You know, we don't want him to get hit, but if he has to, he's not afraid.
He doesn't take big hits though, really, that much. I mean, is there an art to kind of avoiding those kind of huge shots? I mean, too. I mean, in that sense.
Offensive line playing good. No, I mean, you have to ask him about that. I mean, I don't know if there's like any techniques or things you go. I mean, based on the defenses, there's probably a time where it's like, okay, live to fight another day. Let's check the ball down, as opposed to hold on to it and try to make a big play and something bad happens. So, I mean, he's a veteran player, so he knows when to take his shots and when not to.
Yeah, his athleticism gets kind of dismissed sometimes, but it feels like this sackless streak owes as much to his mobility and maneuverability in the pocket as the offensive line. How have you seen that area of his game grow since he's been here?
I think statistics like that, it's a full group thing. Just much like the run game, people don't talk about receivers blocking in the run game. That stuff counts big time. So everybody's involved in the pass game. We even talked about last week, our receivers need to outrun the rush because they have a very good front. So that comes into account. JG during the game telling, hey, if you keep getting this guy high, I can step up in the pocket, because the guards are doing a good job. Everything goes into it. And then even the play calling, like know when to take your shots. If they got a superstar elite rusher, maybe you take your play action shot when he's not on the field. Stuff like that. So it's everybody. It's everybody. JG, it's the receivers, it's the backs in protection, it's us, it's our defense playing well so we can play with a lead. It all works together.
Back to the shoulder and the sense of isolationism, as you called it. Like, what do you do to combat that? How are you finding ways to lift yourself up?
I mean, I'm not in a bad place mentally by any means. I mean, it's just when you just have to do stuff over and over, like by yourself, it's just like, it's so boring, because you're so used to being part of a team and doing it with your guys. But I'm in all the meetings. I'm in the walkthrough. I do my running stuff that I need to do or whatever, and I'm out at practice watching practice. And then for me, if I get to be out there on game day, like I get to, like, I know that that's coming every week. So, yeah, probably just that.
When you talk these things over with Fish, I mean, is there light at the end of the tunnel? Can you see that?
I think it's something that I'm going to have to deal with a lot, like for a good portion of the year, but we have a plan in place right now. we do have a plan in place of what we're going to do moving forward to try and like mitigate having to deal with it, because I don't think whatever the plan has to be is fine, but I don't want to not have to practice and not be able to do all the lifts that I need to do the entire season. And then to be at a net negative on the back end just because you're maybe being stupid about some things. And I've told Fish and Mike this, and quick tangent, you got to give those guys a lot of credit because I'm in there all the time and I can be mad and I can be hard to work with, and they're incredible. They don't take it personally. So I've told them before that they need to sometimes protect me from myself because I know how I am as a player. If you tell me I'll go out there 50%, but I can help the team win, I'll do it. But yeah, we have a plan in place. We have an idea of what we're going to do moving forward.
How much of that anger is just rooted in, I know this isn't the same injury, but to go out preemptively, try to take care of something, to be at your best, and then to not have that come to fruition?
Well, I think anybody, not even talking about football, chronic pain is a mental battle. When it's, you're at home with your kids and it's like, oh, I'm in pain picking my kid up, stuff like that. Like, that's just a mental battle, I think, for anybody who's been in any chronic pain. I have, family members who have back problems and stuff like that, and just like day to day. So I think for anybody, not just football players, like that's definitely a battle.
That this routine of like not practicing but being comfortable enough to play on Sundays, do you feel like you could have done this 5 years ago, 3 years ago? Like, were you confident enough in your assignments come Sunday to have not practiced and then play?
I mean, I don't want this to come off as like conceited, but I don't think I've really ever had trouble with my assignments and knowing what to do. So as far as that, I mean, who knows when I could have started doing that. But I've always been pretty comfortable with the playbook and pretty comfortable with defenses and trying to understand that. But rarely have I been put in a position, a couple years ago with the ankle, when I had that week 1, we kind of were doing some of this on and off. But it's just whatever the week calls for is what you got to do.
Managed the staff turnover pretty well, but how important was it to keep Hank?
Oh, I wouldn't want to play for anybody other than Hank. I've been with him for 7 years now. He was the assistant O-line under Jeff Davidson, and then he took over. The thing that I respect most about Hank, because he's been in our shoes, I know from hearing from other people, a lot of O-line coaches are like yellers and cussing guys out and kind of getting down on them. Hank doesn't do that. He wants us to go out there and play confident. And he kind of builds us up, because he's been in our shoes and he knows what it's like. And I'll give a credit to our guys in the room. Like, you can't do that if you don't have guys that don't work properly and guys that aren't self-starters and motivated. And we have all those guys. Everybody wants to be good. And then that's not even speaking about Hank's prowess as far as football IQ, run game coordinator, making, you've heard Ben say it in the past, make the same things look different and different things look the same. Like, Hank does that in the run game. Like, the run game is very similar to what we've always done here because Hank's done it for a long time.